Okay, so here we go with... Wait.
Play with me!
10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name.
What's going on, guys? Kaush from Kaush&Ko here with another tips video. Today we're going to talk about what you need to eat to lose fat and gain muscle. So without further ado, here's the video. In our previous videos when we were talking about food, you might have heard us say the word macro. And you might have been like, what the hell is a macro? Well, when we say macro, it's just short for macronutrient. And there are three macronutrients that we're talking about. And these are them. So we have protein, we have carbohydrates, and we have fat. Now these are the main parts of your diet, and this is what we're going to talk about in this video. So in this video, we're going to concentrate on these three macronutrients and how much of each you need to eat in order to achieve your goals, whether that be to maintain, to lose fat, or to put on size and muscle. In order to achieve these goals, you're going to need two things. The first one being a food scale. That's because in order to accurately track these macros, you need to count how many grams of each of them you're eating. The second thing is a smartphone. That's because you need to download something called MyFitnessPal. I'm going to put it up on the screen. It's an app, completely free. It's going to help you to track how many grams of each food you're eating. You can basically just scan any food that you want and it will put it up on the app. It makes easy tracking of all your foods. So now let's talk about calories. Each of these macros obviously contributes to how many calories you get each day. But each one of them has a different amount of calories per gram. So protein and carbohydrates is actually 4 calories per gram. Whereas fats are 9 calories per gram. So obviously, the more fats you're going to eat in your diet, the higher your calories are going to be. Now, with all that in mind, let's talk about how many calories you need to eat today in order to maintain your weight. Now that we're talking about calories, let's talk about how many calories you need every day just to maintain your body weight. You burn calories every day just by breathing, sleeping, walking around, doing your daily activities. So we need to calculate how many calories we need to take in, i.e. through food, just to maintain your body weight. That's where your TDEE comes into play. That's your total daily energy expenditure. This is how many calories you burn every day just by walking around, doing exercise, going to work, everything. Now this isn't a simple calculation, but you can do this using an online site, which I'm going to put on the screen and in the description below. Just use that, input your details, your variables, and it will give you a rough estimate of what your TDEE is. Now let's get into an example. I'm going to use me and what I calculated my macros at the beginning of this cut as an example for this. So maybe just grab a pen and paper and you can write little notes down. Now to start off with, when I started my cut, I was 85 kilograms. I calculated my TDEE at 3,042 calories. So that's how many calories I burn every day doing exercise, walking around, breathing, sleeping, all of that. So that's my total daily energy expenditure. So if I just wanted to maintain my body weight, I'd just eat 3,042 calories every day and I'd stay the same. Now, if you're trying to go into a deficit, i.e. you want to lose weight, you want to take away calories from that. But if you're trying to put on muscle, add calories to that. We'll talk about adding calories in a different video about bulking. But in this video we're going to talk about cutting, dieting, because it's coming up to summer. So we're going to talk about what we need to do to this number in order to lose weight. Now if you want to try and lose fat at a moderate pace, take away 300 from this number. If you want to burn it at a faster rate, maybe you're not going to be dieting for as long, you can up the number of calories that you're in a deficit to about 600, possibly in 700. But it's not recommended to be in that much of a deficit for an extended period of time. Now I want to lose fat right in the middle of that range, so I'm going to use 500 as the deficit I'm going to be in. So it's going to be 3,042 minus 500, which is going to give me 2,542 calories per day. So that's going to be the number of calories I'm going to need per day at the start of my cut in order to lose weight. Now, with this goal calories in mind, we're going to talk about the two essential macros that we need to calculate first. Those being protein and fats. Now, for kilogram of body weight, you want approximately 2 to 2.5 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. If you're on the leaner side, starting off your diet, you're going to want it higher up, more protein. Whereas if you're maybe a bit larger, and maybe not as lean, you're going to want it on the lower side. The same with the fats. You're going to want between 0.7 to 1 gram of fat per kilogram of body weight. And these ratios are what's going to help you calculate how many grams of these macros you need. Now, with these ratios in mind, we're going to calculate how many grams I need every day at the start of my cut. So, I'm going to go right in the middle of both of these. So I'm going to use 2.2 as my protein, times that by my body weight, which was 85, and that's going to give me, where's my cheat sheet, 187 grams of protein. Same again for the fats. I'm going to go right in the middle. I'm going to go with 0.8 times 85, which is going to give me 68 grams of fats. Now you've already calculated 2 of your macros. Now we're going to figure out the third, carbohydrates. Now that we've calculated how many grams of protein and fats we need, we can use that to determine how many calories we need to fill up with carbohydrates. So as we talked about before, protein is 4 calories per gram and fats are 9 calories per gram. So using that, we can use the 187 grams of protein that I need and the 68 grams of fats that I need to calculate how many calories those account to. So that's 748 calories from protein and 612 calories from fats. That gives me a total of 1,360 calories from proteins and fats. So now simply, with that number, we're going to take it away from our goal calorie, which is 2,452. So 2,452 minus 1,360 is going to give me a total remainder of 1,182 calories. That's how many calories I have left to fill up with carbs. And as we talked about before, carbs, like protein, are 4 calories per gram. So if we divide 1,182 by 4, that gives me about 296 grams of carbs. So there we go, an easy way to calculate macros. At 85 kilograms, I use 187 grams of protein, 68 grams of fat, and 296 grams of carbohydrates every day in order to lose weight. Now that doesn't mean those are your macros for your whole diet. Every time you hit a plateau, which is when you stop losing weight for a few days, maybe a week, you're going to have to drop this again. So what you're going to do is then drop another 200 calories from your goal and recalculate your macros. You want to do this every time that you hit a plateau up until the point that you reach your goals and you've reached your goal weight. Calculating macros is vital for losing fat and maintaining muscle. It takes a long time to put on muscle, but very short amount of time to burn it. And so calculating macros ensures that you keep your physique as lean as possible. I hope this video has helped you, and if it has, feel free to hit that like button below. If you want more content like this, hit subscribe to keep up to date with all of our videos. If this video has helped you, feel free to share it with anyone else that needs it. Maybe someone that's looking to diet down for the summer, or someone who's new to training and wants to put on some weight. Until next time guys, see you later.